And guess what? Just like that, we are live like a motherfucker. Let me get a one in the chat if you can hear me well. Let me get a two if you don't hear me well. All right, VN training. All right, all right, all right, all right. We up in this bitch. Y'all, let me do my shout outs real quick. Choco Cat is here. Religion Free is here. Lady Posh is in the building. Of course, VN Training's here. Sexy Butterfly. Sorry. Almost tore your name up. Enlighten is here. We got T Rose in the building. That's what's up on a Taco Tuesday. Ladies, check this shit out, right? Over in real world, there is something that's been happening the entire time that we're live, that we're living our lives, that we're sleep, bathing, fucking, whatever you got going on. Something has not stopped since, okay? And that's called Black women being unalived, deaded, all that good shit. And you got people still concerned about delivery styles, still concerned about who's saying what, still worried about being called a mammy. Listen, if you're a mammy, you're just a goddamn mammy. There's nothing I can do about that. I have shown on my slides what makes you a mammy, what makes you a very light treading mammy, and what makes you a Power Ranger mammy. It is what it is. A word on the curb on somebody else's shit that they claim was private or whatever. Apparently, motherfuckers are blaming me for the march being canceled. I don't know what's going on with that. From what I understand, the march is canceled, march not canceled, march going virtual, marching in place, marching on Zoom rooms. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Let's just keep that real for a second. But I know one thing, name calling is not something that should stop you from doing what your passion is. There's going to be a lot of people that do not like you. That's just part of life. That's just part of life. If you have a passion and you want to keep that shit popping and get your shit done, then you do that. I don't care if somebody call you a mammy, a bitch, whatever. I'm familiar with the bitch when I always get called a bitch. Also get called angry, right? Saw another live earlier today where the chick was asking, can we be honest as divestors? And when we be honest, do we have to be angry? Every single time I come up here, I'm telling you about Black women that are being murdered, little girls that's being taken advantage of, both physically and sexually, talking about the damage that's happening to you, your body, and your mind. How on earth do you talk about that without being angry? What do you do? I'm going to test that out tonight to sound really, really happy while going over a story. First, I'm going to do it how I fucking do it. Then we're going to do it like these birds want us to do it. So let me go ahead and show you something real quick. Share screen. I am terrible as fuck at these goddamn technological things, but we're going to make it do what it do. Hashtag divest. Y'all used to seeing that shit. This right here is a composite sketch of a man. You see what kind of man it is, right? Okay. Well, it's a composite sketch of a man in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. There was a Black woman there. She got mugged by this person, brutally mugged. He beat the shit out of her, snatched her purse, took her cell phone, took her debit cards and everything that was in her purse, whatever that might be. Well, that wasn't good enough for him. What ended up happening is he got into his SUV and he doubled back, came back to that same woman. And I guess he wasn't done with her. Then he sexually assaulted her. By the way, this person is still out there. How do you talk about that in a nice way? Let's try it out. This gentleman who happens to live in Brooklyn, he mugged a woman. Well, maybe he was hungry because he needed the money, because times are tough out here. And then he took her purse. And then he got into his automobile, doubled back around the corner. And guess what, golly gee whiz? He sexually assaulted that same woman. Oh my, I wonder what she was wearing. It must have been her fault. You just got mugged. Why didn't you go into the house, lady? Why didn't you go straight to the police station, lady? Must have been her fault. It was a sunny day. What type of positivity are you looking for out of shit like that? Huh? Let me look in the comment section. Because I'm confused. Hold up. Let's see what we got. Because, darling, I don't know how you talk about something like that. Let me see. I love PP, but goddamn, fuck these birds. See a bunch of hearts with Capricorn Countess. Hashtag all. Excuse me. How do you talk about this in a nice way? How does this happen? I'm trying to figure this shit out. Because what you're asking somebody to do is be come off as a weirdo, person that can't read the room, person that I don't know what you're looking for, but if you want to take that composite sketch and you tell the story in a very nice pink way, fine, do what you do. If you can put some femininity on it, do that. If you can level up with it, do that. I'm interested. I got my pen and paper ready. I'm ready to learn how you talk about somebody being mugged in broad daylight, beat the fuck up, then he leaves, then he comes back and sexually assault her. How do you do that? How do you do that? Aaliyah?
Hey, I mean, people are gonna learn that. Look, you cannot police the response from over here. You cannot do that. You don't have to like it. You don't have to tune the fuck in. But what you're not gonna do is tell us what the fuck to say, when the fuck to say it, and how the fuck to say it. Cause hey, I can Raphael De La Ghetto these hoes all over again, and it don't make me one bit of difference. I mean, I mean, shit. His. Oh, I think I will. Do you mind, Dizzy?
Well, do your thing because I'm here to learn today how the fuck you talk about something like that in a nice way. But hey, if you got something else, let's go because I'm your pupil today. Everybody in the chat, I'm your fucking pupil. How do you do this shit without coming off schizo, talking about a horrible thing in a nice way? But anyway, go ahead, Aaliyah.
I was about to say, see, no, see, I can stand down. I don't have to drag. If
Mistress Rogue said, come through, Aaliyah, come through, baby.
okay, I don't mind. Well, greetings, fellow divestors, mammies, the fake bitches. This one's for you. Break out your pen and your pad, because I know you somewhere ear hustling. But I thought I told you hoes to stop playing with us. And see, they want the smoke. And they can get it, y'all. I thought I told y'all 2022 ain't the year for these fake bitches and fake bras. Pump your brakes, it's whatever, you know what it is. We can let you live a bitch. We can snatch your wig all over social media, girl, looking a mess. Constantly talk about being depressed and offing yourself. The Beyonce of YouTube, and bitch, I wasn't impressed. And you swear you're a boss, but you picked a fight and you see that you lost. The lies that you were telling came to a quick halt, but don't get mad at us, trick. It ain't our fault. And Airhead and her scarecrows, I suppose. We're getting a kick out of you fake hoes. Oh yeah, they call us all ratchet and ghetto. When one bitch is Pinocchio and the other bitch is Geppetto. Bitch, please. I ain't never scared to be me. That's why I don't play with these mutts. They got fleas. Mad cause we do this shit and do it so swell. These bitches got want us gone so bad, but I got a quarter for that wishing well. I'm tired of beefing with these flunkies and this drunk ass trick. You didn't leave. You left YouTube not because of us, because them courses weren't hitting on shit. Now you're back and you're trying to make a movie and hit another lick, and you needed some controversy, so you started some shit. But the thought of black women closing their wallets got you sick. Well, get your Prozac trick and keep our names off your dick sucking Botox lips. You and that line 4-eye crooked wig wearing bitch.
I'm snapping. I'm snapping. Make no mistake about it. This will happen again. It's cyclic, right? Cyclic, or however you pronounce it, wherever you're from. Every couple of months, stuff dies down, right? And then some bullshit pops off. It's like a roller coaster. My time is over. I'm not going to be participating in that anymore. You're going to have to move on. You have to. I asked politely before, and now I'm telling you. You're going to be talking to yourself from here on out. Pick someone else. I'm sure you got someone lined up, whoever's going to make you cry fake tears again. Because I'm going to tell you something, baby. I know fake tears when I see them. You got the nerve to be bragging about how much money somebody's tears brought. That is fucking pathetic. That's pathetic. Just tell these women that you taking their shit and don't give a fuck. Darling, when you put in dollar amounts in titles, I guess we see who is actually here for the money. It ain't me. You can join my Patreon for less than a fucking gallon of gas. Hey, ain't nobody here for the bullshit. I have someone that took care of me and takes care of me. Yours went down to the courthouse and said, I'm done. Okay? We're done here. Point blank the fuck, period. Elle, it's on you.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Um, I'm with you. I don't understand all of this need to always try to not seem mad or angry or hurt. Look, nobody's happy all the time. And I'm not one of those positive bullies where I try to bully people to be positive all the fucking time,
That's
even when
wrong
there's
with
nothing
that.
to be positive about. That is extremely delusional and unrealistic. So ain't no positive bullies over here. If the shit is fucked up, it just is what it is. And we're going to say that shit. And if you don't like it, you can kick rocks. And that's just what it is. Nobody is here to try to please you or say things to make things sound good to your liking. Just you gotta absorb the shit however the fuck it is.
Period. Y'all seen this before. Y'all seen this movie before. It's always somebody, male or female. It's always somebody that bitches be throwing rocks at. And then when they chuck back a boulder, oh my God, she's attacking me. She's a bully. She's me. I don't give a fuck about those names. Call me what you want to. Please and thank you. I know what real tears look like. Remember this?
2019, I said goodnight and I love you to my daughter, Monique Bell, for the last time.
An emotional statement from the mother of Monique Bao as two of her killers are sentenced to life in prison. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kelsey Carlson.
And I'm Amy Hockert. Monique, a Minneapolis realtor, was kidnapped and murdered after she was lured to a fake house showing in Maple Grove. Fox 9's Paul Bloom joins us live tonight. So, Paul, two of the men involved here will spend the rest of their lives in prison.
Amy, those two men, Cedric Berry and Barry Davis, part of a much larger, frightening, and murderous conspiracy that really rocked Minneapolis some 20 months ago when they kidnapped and killed local realtor Monique Bao. Now, all this time later in that emotion-filled and tension-filled courtroom, you could tell the loss of Monique continues to weigh heavy on her family. Today, telling me they would take a slight bit of satisfaction out of these life sentences, but explaining that nothing will bring the young woman back.
Monique did not have to die. And you didn't have to throw her out like she was garbage either. My baby was so precious.
Bitch, that's real tears. Real tears. That's real tears. And I thought you was fighting for people like that. That woman's soul is snatched the fuck out. She's hurting. Do you hear me? She's hurt. These are real tears. So that bullshit you got going on, you need to knock it the fuck off. Like I told the Dusties, pick someone else. Pick someone else. I've seen all the crying that you can do, and I see how manipulative that you are, and I'm not going. Why don't y'all get back to fighting this stuff here? Her tears don't break your heart at all? At all? Going underground and coming back up just for beef? Really? I find that shit very interesting. I want to get back to this. I want to get back to telling black women, hey, get the fuck out of Blackistan. Hashtag all, right? Hashtag divest. Keep a peace on you. Whatever's legal in your state, carry it to protect yourself. Because while we over here doing this, those murders haven't stopped. She lost her daughter. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine losing my daughter that way. Point blank the fuck, period. Ebony?
Well,
It has nothing to do with delivery or tenor, as we all know. DZ, you're nobody's pupil. It's really that they want you to shut the hell up. They
Basically.
don't care how you say it, really. They're just trying to pick at you. It's just, it's kind of like that movie Cinderella when she came down with her pretty little dress on, and the two evil stepsisters just started picking her dress apart till it tore apart. They just want something to pick about, while the bodies are on slabs every day. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The First Amendment of the Constitution allows Black women to say stuff, right?
Exactly.
Okay. That's what I thought. And since we're in this country, we can say what we want to say. Now, yes, if it was up to you, all know there's some Black dudes behind this. You
I felt that too.
you
It's
know there's some
always a nigga
men,
behind it.
Black
Either
men
that,
behind it.
either that, Ebony, or the idea of a nigga. But
Yeah,
either
just
way,
the
that nigga's
idea.
there.
I mean, just the idea of them make some of these women go so crazy that they hide bodies. They shoot people. I don't know. I don't get it. This is a sickness. This has nothing to do with fairness. This has nothing to do with Black women being safe. It has everything to do with trying to police divestors that you just don't like what they're saying. And the First Amendment is still in force. Last I checked, right? Okay,
Yeah.
you can't. So yes, yes. So as long as white boy who wrote Constitution still upholds said Constitution, I say what I like.
But that
Yeah.
only applies to people that you like and people that are saying what you want to
Aaliyah,
hear.
in this case, it only applies to people that are able to be manipulated. But listen, me and that woman are in our 40s. For her to think that she can manipulate me, that is insane. It's insane. I don't know. Maybe it works with several other women, but I'm telling you, sis, you want to talk about who been doing it the longest. Take a look at our daughters. That'll tell you who been doing it the longest right there. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh no, I agree with you. I was just saying what Emily was saying about our First Amendment right. Yeah, the First Amendment right only applies to people that you like and when they're saying something that you like. I'm just talking about that's just the whole thought process behind it. Because people want you to shut up. It doesn't matter what the whether you have freedom of speech or not when you're not saying something that they don't want to hear or if they don't like you. And I just don't understand if they don't like you, if they don't like the message, if they don't like the delivery, how hard is it to tune the fuck out? You tune the fuck in simply because you want to hear what she has to say so you can run back to your channel and do a whole video breakdown about everything that was said. That's how messy these bitches are. But they think they can police what we say, and you can't. They haven't learned that yet, and I don't see how. We have made it clear you're not gonna run what the fuck happens on this channel.
They're used to Black men saying to them, "You can't do this, woman. We can do it, but you can't." That's why. And everybody pretty much to some degree complies except the divestors.
Yep.
Okay, everybody complies to what they want. Demarion got his feels hurt because this awful divested woman said these things. So she can say whatever the hell she wants about Demarion and all the rest of them. Okay, so that's what Black people like groupthink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they don't like racism groupthink. But they like groupthink in terms of basically pretty much patrolling Black women's thoughts, bodies, and what they say.
I just think if they want the watered down version of it, there are several other chicks in this space that they
Mm-hmm.
can go and listen to that will be more to their liking. But you come over here so you can hear the ghetto and wretched shit and take that shit back to your channel and be like, oh, and pretend like your shit don't stink and you are just so perfect and just so classy and just so bougie and they're just so this and but you tuned in, you're here every Tuesday and Friday just so you can have something to complain about. And and like I said before, they think that this is a good look for them to constantly talk shit about us, and a lot of bitches are learning ain't nobody that shit y'all doing ain't hitting on nothing. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. It's dying out.
Who's
People
tending,
want
who's
real
tending to the
people.
black women that are dying while this is happening? I thought that if everybody was on one accord, at least with the protection of black women, at least with just that, I'm hoping, I hope that we all want black women to be saved. That's what I'm hoping. But if it's something other than that, like scheduling and canceling and donating and running away with money, and if it's about that, then just say it, because you can't come over here and not see at least one story about a black woman getting her ass handed to her. And I'm saying, hey, don't let this be you. And usually it's your Dusty that's doing it. It boils back to the Dusty. I'm sorry. Because like I said last week, it wasn't like we don't agree on everything else. The Dusty is where we have our disagreements at. Only. There's no other problem.
No,
Whenever
DZ.
they get their feelings hurt, black women still think that they are the protectors of the black man's image and protectors of the black man's ego. I don't give a hell about his ego.
And
No, I don't even want it.
Either.
I don't even want him. So, okay, you mad at that? You mad because I don't want him? Tough.
No,
Tough.
I'm sorry, but they can't blame this on DZ. It's a lot of scam artists and frauds and people in cahoots and shit and these other groups. That's what the fuck this is about. You can't blame this on divestors. They tried that shit and it backfired horribly. And now everybody's running around from panel to panel, jumping around trying to do damage control. When you got caught lying, bitch, both of you bitches got caught lying. If you actually want the real deal, you are frauds and you're scam artists. And you're going to have to explain to them people what the fuck you did with that money or give it back. It's just that simple.
Won't happen. Won't happen. Because remember, we've seen this movie before. But there always has to be somebody to be sacrificed. And, oh, that's her fault. It's her fault. It's her fault. No, it's her fault. Girl, I don't have nothing to do with you. I have nothing to do with you. Me and you couldn't even sit at a table and enjoy a salad together, bitch, because I just don't like your energy. Okay? I don't like that fake shit. But you got the right to do that. Walk your ass on. Okay? And tell them people that it was some shit going on behind the scenes and a little bit of the tea got spilled out and y'all, like she said, doing damage control. Okay?
That's all it is. That's why they hopping from panel to panel. All these bitches running around here sharing the same goddamn brain. What it is you had this drunk bitch over here that let the cat out the bag prematurely and she wasn't supposed to do that shit. And now the shit then got out. And they trying to run around. Oh, it's been canceled. It haven't been canceled. Oh, we're going to do this shit virtual. You're just going back and forth. Quite frankly, at this point, I don't give a fuck if you do it or not. Just keep us out your mouth and stop trying to goddamn lie on us because you were looking for a goddamn scapegoat. And like I said, you tried it and that shit backfired. Because what you were going to do was wait until closer to that date and cancel that shit anyway. And you was going to use the excuse that those men were threatening and to shoot up that march. And there are screenshots showing that was the excuse originally. That's why I say they don't understand. It's all counter receipts out there. Them bitches straight up lied. And that's why I've been going in the way I have the last couple days. Couple lies, because you're not going to goddamn sit on your ass and lie on us. That's what I don't like. Don't lie, bitch. Don't lie.
I guess
not only the lying, but you bringing us into shit in situations that don't have nothing to do with us at all. That has nothing to do with divestors. It has nothing to do with DZ. But they all looking for somebody to blame because they don't want it to get out that they are fucked up, manipulative, using as scammers who are also opportunists. That's what everything is about.
Yeah,
exactly. Word.
Shane, you still in the building, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
What's up?
I don't have a whole lot more to add that the ladies haven't already said. It's just that I'm astounded at the fact that these women are more upset about what somebody else said rather than the serious issues at hand with Black women going on. And I'm really disappointed at this point because we're not in high school anymore, and we're talking about serious subjects. with Black women dying and Black women, being taken away from us unjustly, and hardly getting any justice for it when it happens. I'm really pissed off about this, no cash bail situation that's been going on, and these psychos could literally kill a woman and get right back out of jail the next day. So these are the things we need to be focusing on.
With the numbers, is happening as we speak somewhere, okay? Because 4 of them are dropping a day in this country alone. We haven't even talked about the diaspora, okay? Because that would bring that shit probably down to every 2 hours. But since I don't have no motherfucking receipts on that, speculation will only, it'll have to do, okay? I've seen 3 hours in the goddamn Caribbean, and this is coming from women that are in the Caribbean, okay? I'm not doing this shit with y'all. I'm going to continue to tell Black women they need to divest. Whatever your divestment looks like, do it. But you have to leave Blackistan. You have to leave that culture. You have to leave the mammies behind. Let me stop sharing my screen and show y'all something real quick, because this is some bullshit. And I see y'all in the back. I got you. Give me 1 second. This shit is corny as hell. And frankly, just like with the last set of bitches, I'm getting bored. Anyway, back to this mug shot, composite sketch, whatever fuck you want to call it. They all look the same to me. I'm just gonna keep it real. That's just the most generic drawing I ever seen. That's them, all of them. So meanwhile, while we over here fighting about who did what and who called you mammy and who said you had the cooties and all kind of shit, looking like a damn fool, let's go. This motherfucker here, right? Gave his wife HIV, gave his girlfriend HIV. This is the second time he's going to jail concerning this. This is what's going on. Are you going to talk about that? Are you going to talk about that? Because it's literally a death sentence if you don't have insurance because you need your retrovirals. Is there anybody tending to that field right there? Anyone? Or this guy here, okay? His motherfucking ass gave 19 Black women HIV. And people over here talk about, oh, they called me mammy. You a mammy. Move on. If you don't agree, don't agree. It's just my assessment. Okay? It's just my assessment. Those causes still got to be tended to. And who I care about is Black women of all ages getting the fuck away from Blackistan. Point blank, period. Let's go. We haven't even talked about the hospital that was shot up by this crazy looking motherfucker. Okay. This is the part y'all don't like. Somebody said, oh, the reason they talk about Black men all the time is because they want a Black man, somebody that does marches and cancel them or whatever they do. Right. So let's put that on. Let's go ahead and keep that on. All you do is talk about Black women. Do you want one? That narrative makes no sense. We can pretend like each other don't exist. Do you understand what I'm saying? She always talk about Black men. That means she want one. And you always talk about Black women. So clearly we ready for some carpet. Something.
Yeah. I'm like, are you in the closet then? If that's the case, if that's the logic we're going to go by, are you in the closet?
Hey, baby, it's Pride Month. Live your truth.
I'm trying to tell you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But meanwhile, while we over here doing the stanky leg, the band plays on. The band plays on. What the fuck else did I put on here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look into his eyes. Look into his eyes. I have his video queued up, but let me tell you something. This is a man that was a unicorn, okay? Did I put his name on here? I did. His name is Kenan Farrow. While this Black woman was doing what they say Black women need to do in order to be taken care of and protected, exercising, getting educated, teaching at the college, in good shape, an ex-basketball player. Well, he was domestically fucking her up. He was beating the brake pads off of her. Right? So she got a restraining order and got the fuck away from him. Since she does what they say do, went natural, started working out and all that good shit, while she was at her gym, he went on ahead and walked past security and took her off this planet. Let's go ahead and see what she did. Listen, there y'all go. There y'all go. Learning how to do twist outs on YouTube, learning how to take care of your natural hair and all that good shit, staying in shape, making sure you're presentable for him, not dressing like hoes, quote unquote, whatever the fuck that looks like. It didn't work for her. Anybody going to answer for that? Is anybody going to answer for that? Because the instructions that you've been given don't work. They don't work. Okay? Aries lady, welcome to the panel. I'm getting ready to show y'all. It's on you, Aries lady. Let me cue up some shit.
Oh, I want to answer that. He didn't have a job. Or or she didn't speak life into him. Or another one. He, she didn't let him lead. All the silly crap that they like to talk about. And I'm not usually on these YouTube streets a whole lot, but I heard some stuff this week that I was like, y'all are over here stop talking about black men, when literally these are the very people that is taking you out. And if no one is going to talk about that, then how are women supposed to know who their predators are? How is that going to work?
Well, the same way when you talk about sexual assault and children being molested, you're supposed to say it in a nice way. I'm still waiting for somebody to teach me how to talk about such a subject. Can you imagine somebody sitting in front of you, cheesing and greasing, showing all 32 of their teeth when they talking about somebody being killed? You would think they had a mental illness. That doesn't work. You have to be appropriate for what you're talking about. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. You don't have to talk about these women dying, because I don't think you give a fuck no way, to be perfectly honest with you. But if you're gonna talk about nail polish and all that shit, okay, cool. You can smile during that. I'm not talking about girly stuff. I'm talking about survival stuff. Okay? Let me go ahead and show you what went down with this motherfucker here that y'all saw on the screen a second ago.
This is Channel 3 News at 5.
Good afternoon. Pensacola police looking for a killer. They believe 39-year-old Kenan Farrell gunned down a woman at a fitness club early this morning.
Now, police this afternoon identified the victim as Carla Williams, a woman who was a mentor to many children in school and in sports. Records from the Escambia County Clerk of Court website indicate Farrell and Williams had a domestic violence hearing scheduled in court for June 1st.
This is a college-educated woman. So, people that think we're extreme, what was she supposed to do? Okay, she went on ahead and lost weight. She played basketball. She got her education, and she found her unicorn. Took care of herself, made decent amount of money. All that stuff y'all talk about that you're supposed to do. Okay? But the one thing she didn't do was take Nakers off her dating list. I'm of the opinion that would have saved her life. Do you disagree? So what is your issue with people saying stay away from those men? What is it? I don't get it.
It's because she didn't pick better.
Honey, I don't know how you would pick from a barrel of goddamn trash. What are you supposed to, how do you do that? How do you do that?
Dating them is a cesspool. You reach down and you're going to get some shit, more than likely.
This is a beautiful woman, and I'm not saying
she's lovely.
She's fucking gorgeous. It broke my heart because when I saw her, I knew that she did what she was advised to do. You could just see it.
Williams was charged in February with domestic battery by strangulation. And he has domestic violence-related cases that date back to 2018, even some in 2010, although we're not sure.
People can change. That was years ago. Those domestic violence charges was years ago. We ain't perfect. Am I doing my nice girl impression right? We ain't perfect as human beings. Maybe he was trying to get his life together. No, bitch. He was busy gathering your life. Okay?
Why do they have more leeway to be awful and not perfect than us? If we are overweight, okay, we're worthless, right? If we leave a guy, we're worthless. If we have the wrong hair, we're worthless. If we have the wrong waist to hip ratio, we're worthless. But let them beat the stamps off of someone strangulation and say, oh, nobody's perfect. There's a difference between nobody being perfect and just being human versus being a inhuman bastard.
It's funny how they have so much forgiveness for people that did shit years ago. If he's straightening out his life, whoop de goddamn do. Let him go be great. You don't have to put yourself at risk. You're adding an extra step that doesn't have to be there. If a nigga is trying to get his life together, let him go do that. It doesn't mean that you got to jump up under him and let him pound your pussy away. I said what I said. Okay. Diana Prince, welcome to the panel.
Hi, DZ.
Hi.
Hi. I was calling to tell you to keep doing what you're doing and don't listen to these people.
Oh, girl, I'm not listening to him. You see, I got my ass up here doing exactly what I do every time I'm up here. Because Black women are dying faster
Yes.
than any other race of woman.
And
you
it's
talking
sad.
about bullshit. Talking about somebody calling you a mammy. Girl, I've been called a bed wench. I've been called a bitch altogether. I've been called a self-hater and a couple of other choice words that I can't say up here because it's a little, not
Yeah.
YouTube friendly. But
Yeah.
damn, I
It's
mean,
just,
you was
yeah.
looking for an escape if you ask me, if that's all it took.
Yeah, Black people, as usual, are worried about the wrong things. And one of the reasons why I wanted to come up today is because I live in San Francisco and they're trying to recall the current district attorney. One of my sister's friends 3 weeks ago was taken out by her boyfriend.
I'm not surprised.
She 28 years old.
Not surprised. That's the age of my daughter, goddammit.
They had a fight or something. He shot her in the back of the head. He got arrested and they released him. He's out on the streets right now. And she had 2 kids. And I'm just like, how is this? Why is this like this? And so he eliminated the cash bail in San Francisco.
Let me answer your question real quick, Diana. You asked, why is it like this? Because of shit like this, about having issues with other Black women that choose not to deal with the nigger. Just little busy working deflection tactics to talk about other shit when the meat and potatoes is right in front of you. A lot of these women's lives could have been saved simply if they left the Black community. Okay? And I'm not even talking about dating per se. If you leave the Black community behind, you'll be safe even if you're single. You can't make this shit up.
Yeah, it's crazy. So just pray that he get recalled because they doing the voting. The voting is today to recall the district attorney in San Francisco because he's released people who have sexually assaulted women.
Absolutely.
People that have the R word, elderly women. Like it was a story where these dudes got off the bus to stop a woman from being R'd. He released the dude saying lack of victim cooperation, but people said they saw him. So, but you still didn't prosecute him though.
Mm-hmm.
And you're letting people out who are taking people's lives.
Well,
and that's a problem. But I just wanted to share those things with you and ignore those people because some people just love to live in turmoil and violence.
I got you.
If you can get out, get out. They need to take your advice. And if you want to live, get out from amongst the Black community. Do like Lot did when he took his family out of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Whatever allegory you got to use to get them up out of there, that's fine. Hey.
So you have a good rest of the day and a panel too in the chat. And God bless all y'all. Thank you.
Same to you, babe. Thanks for coming up. Go ahead, Aaliyah, because you was fixing to say something. I'm sorry.
No, I was just about to say we are a very small group over here. We are the minority. If you're gonna let anything that a minor group of women has to say stop you from doing your life's work, your blood, sweat, and tears, what you have invested your time in for the collective of Black women, if what we say could stop that so easily, How serious were you from the very fucking beginning?
Mm.
Because nobody's gonna knock me off the clock, baby. My job is my job. It's what the fuck I do. And when I go to work, I go to fucking work, honey. This is your life's work, so you say. So why in the fuck is it so easy for somebody else to knock you off your game just by simply calling you a mammy? So you say, even though nobody started out calling you a mammy until they saw the mammy behavior. And so we called it for what the fuck it was. Let's be clear. You were not originally called the mammy. But when you start acting like a mammy, we're going to call you what the fuck you are acting like.
Period. Mocha, after you get off here, or after I get off here, check your inbox for me, please, dear. Your Gmail, because I'm gonna send you something. All right, hold up. Let me see what the fuck else is going on back in this area. Oh, hey, Jane, how are you?
Hey, Miss Jane.
What else is going on back in this area? Oh, I don't think she knows she up here. She in the back listening to the live. She in the back though. Whenever she type, I'll let her back up here. But listen, y'all see this story here. There's another one that's even worse that I want to show you. I don't know if I would call it worse, but it's a lot more dangerous than what it was. Let me. Oh, here we go. Y'all, please listen carefully. Please listen carefully, because this was classified as another girl's unicorn too, by the way. This was sent to me by my dear friend Daniel, right? Let's see what's going on.
The accusations are disturbing.
Friends and family, somebody knows where he's at.
The accused is nowhere to be found.
The investigation spanned state lines.
The U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force is asking for your help in finding 22-year-old Earl Thorne, a man they consider armed and dangerous.
He has a previous charge of robbery with force and use of a weapon. He has some motor vehicle felonies.
But nothing as the case filed against him in Sheboygan.
First-degree sexual assault of a child.
And they called me a mammy. This boy, only 22 years old, just was able to buy a drink legally last year. His rap sheet is long as some folks' goddamn arm. Okay? And the fact that they always got one of these motherfuckers up here that have been given chance after chance after chance after chance, and they're not even doing this for themselves. Why would you then give them a chance? It makes no sense to me. If they're not going to respect people that can legally put a bullet in their head, they're not going to respect you, dear. Period. They're not going to respect you. What more do you want? Let's go.
With use of force.
Prosecutors say in 2020, Thorne offered a teen girl he knew a ride home. He picked her up at the Sheboygan gas station. He then took her to a residence on 7th Street under the ruse that he needed to pick something up. Once inside, Thorne is accused of locking the door to a bedroom and sexually assaulting the victim. Prosecutors say he threw money at her after the assault and threatened to hurt a member of her family if she...
That's what they think of you. That's what they think of you. He sexually assaulted an underage girl and then threw money at her like she was a goddamn stripper. Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Oh, it has to hit your front door first. It has to hit your niece, your cousin, or whatever. You don't learn lessons. And by the way, this is negative talk. This is black male talk. This is doom and gloom. Well, those numbers say it's doom and gloom, sis. Those numbers.
Blackistan is doom and gloom.
Yes, it is.
That's all it is. So that's why I really feel that whole deflection tactic. Oh, the divestors are mean. Is really bizarre. And they give these guys chance after chance because Sheboygan, Wisconsin, they don't play. Okay, so they give these guys chances after chance, and they just rack up victims. They rack up victims who look like us.
They're going to continue to rack up victims. This will never stop, y'all, because you see all the distractions we got. You see all the deflections we got. And you see people that are literally being told that staying around their people is safest. It's absolutely not. The big bear called white supremacy that y'all, that the niggas be talking about, ma'am, the chances and the stats say that your own people are going to do you dirty before somebody from another community does. LK, welcome to the panel, dear.
Hey, DZ.
What's up? What you got?
I just want to say that there is such a thing as toxic positivity, and that's exactly what these people are trying to do. They're
It's the
trying.
Stepford wife thing. Y'all ever seen the movie The Stepford Wives?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's just put a smile on, keep a smile on, and just move robotically through an area, acting oblivious to your surroundings as long as the man in your life is happy. That shit was crazy. It's a movie, I think it's early 2000s, late 90s maybe. I'm not a Stepford wife. I'm an actual human being. I have feelings and emotions, and when I see black women getting fucked the fuck up, it tends not to bring out the positive side of me. I don't know where you getting that, some euphoria or whatever from seeing black women drop, but hey, I can't go.
They're not positive. The way these hoes stay running around here crying about how depressed they are and that they on all these meds and they need all this help and seeing all these counselors and psychiatrists and all kind of shit. I've seen several of them talking about their mental health issues. That's what they need to go and get help with. It's not that, oh, they're just so positive. It's, oh, let me show you how much better I am than them. They're so ghetto and they're so ratchet and they're just so this. And so we're just so classy and we're just going to keep saying it. And it's like, bitch, you got to keep telling people how classy you are. Again, it's not evident. You're not classy. We've seen every fucking thing that y'all done. There ain't shit classy about the way you have conducted yourselves online. Not shit. At least we are who we are and we don't apologize for it. We don't try to be fake about it. We don't try to be something that we're not or try to hide behind some other shit. We're not fake. We get up here and say what the fuck we have to say and we get the fuck off. These
Also,
other bitches,
Aaliyah, we're not crying.
Right.
We're not crying enough, Aaliyah. We're not crying.
But these other bitches have to get up here and make you think that they're just so perfect and that their life is just so perfect. And I just have everything. And I just, and it's like, go somewhere and sit the fuck down. Every black woman is not the same. Yes, some of us are hood. Some of us are not. We come from different backgrounds, different walks of life, different regions in the world, hence the different accents. DZ has a very diverse panel of women, which is one of the great things about this channel. Everybody's not up here sounding exactly the same. And that's why I say it's a bunch of bullshit. They're to the point to where they want to make us the scapegoat for everything because you don't like the rhetoric that's coming from this channel. And it's your right not to like it. If you don't like it, get the fuck on.
Can I say something before I get down? I will go away.
Girl, you ain't got to go no damn where, but if you got to go, it's what's
But
up.
I gotta go.
Okay, go ahead.
Ladies, it's not white supremacy that's dropping you. Okay. It's not white supremacy that's killing you. It's not, it may be an effect of it. It's not white supremacy that's killing you. It's your own community.
That white man, I tell you, he's a very powerful motherfucker because he's been able to make you do stupid shit for centuries. That's a powerful man. And I'm attracted to power. How about that part? He's been able to make you abandon your children, beat your wives, not get jobs, be lazy, dusty, don't have any goddamn skills. So he's able to do that just because what? I think he's powerful. And I think that you look up more to him than I do. Honestly, because there ain't no way in the world you're going to form my personality on some oppression shit. That shit should make you fight harder. But hey, I forget who the hell I'm talking to. It's not going to happen with a dust bucket. Point blank the fuck period.
And that's why the guys in
ain't nothing
Blackistan,
ever their fault. Nothing is ever their fault.
and the men in Blackistan make my panties very dry. Just dry. Nothing happens there, like cornstarch, okay? But the other guys, the leaders, they do it for me.
I'm telling you.
You mean dry like the Sahara Desert? Dry.
Girl, dry panties. Just like they just got out of the dryer dry. Just dry.
You know what the problem with these bitches are and these nakers? They all try to still tell us that the emperor isn't naked. Remember that little story we heard about the emperor's new clothes? How
Mhm.
them how the emperor was how he got scammed and he went out there butt naked and everyone was too scared to tell him he was naked until a little kid said, you know, hey, he's naked, and everyone got through it. They're trying to still tell us, no, look at his robes, look at Black is getting, look at the gang, look at him trying, look at that. And we're like, no, his ass is out.
I can't. Welcome to go ahead, babe.
I'm sorry, Dizzy. I just wanted to say this part. And you made a reference to it earlier. It's highly annoying that they're pointing the finger at divestors, but really I think it's a good thing. If you are a woman and a Black woman and you have half a brain, and I keep saying this when I get on these lives and I don't come on often, but if you're a Black woman and you're looking at this and you don't see that this is a scam, that your mortality is being used as social media fodder, because that's what really it is, then I really, again, got to question some Black women, because these women don't care about Black women. They care about their numbers in their pockets. And that's all
exactly
they
the truth.
really care about.
Let me address this right quick. Queen Riri, didn't I say last time motherfuck you and motherfuck your opinion, bitch?
Wait, what's
Because
going
see,
on?
here's the thing. The message that Queen Riri had up there talking about hood women need to drop out because that's Black male behavior. That's just my opinion. Didn't I tell you what you could do with your opinion last time, bitch? Because here's the thing. I hate to break it to you, but the majority of Black women are growing up in poverty, and they're still living in poverty. Hence the reason shit is so fucked up in this community now, and we got food deserts everywhere, and you're going to other groups of men for every fucking thing because your men haven't built shit, bitch. So with that being said, a lot of Black women are hood, actually. It's more of us than it is of the elite or the so-called elite.
And what does that have to do with the mortality of a woman? If she's poor and she get killed, she got killed. If she rich and she got killed, she got killed. What difference does that make? This is the thing, the deflection is really killing me. This is really killing me.
Exactly. I mean, no, what it is they think that that's an insult now, and they just don't understand. People from certain backgrounds builds a certain type of character. Okay, when you come from a certain type of background, can't nobody hand you no bullshit. You're not easily manipulated. That's the reason why so many Black women are being able to be taken for a ride by motherfucking frauds and scam artists and grifters the way they are. That's the why, because you can't see you can't see the wolf in the sheep clothing. But I see these bitches from a mile away.
Here's a beautiful comment from a lovely lady named Maya. She says, "So I'm guessing it's a pinky person or whatever. I don't know. So your only solution is to date white men? If you've been around here more than one goddamn day, you know good and motherfucking well that's not what I'm saying. But let's keep going. I don't understand. Clearly you don't. Clearly you don't understand, or you just playing stupid because you've picked a side, and that's awesome. That's all I want right there. Okay, an in-person march is still happening. Wonderful. Do your thing, tie up your boots, and I hope you all the success. Last but not least, she says a bill still needs to be passed. Now that's the part I wanted to get to. That's the part I wanted to dance on, baby. Who y'all asking for that bill to be passed? Who gonna pass it, bitch? Who's gonna pass that bill?
Oh no,
I'm waiting to see who's gonna pass that bill. Or are you implying that y'all finna ask a group of niggas to pass a bill? Child, please, the only bill he passing is y'all lunch bill from his hand to your debit card. Are you serious?
But
I
what
can't
bill?
right now.
What bill? What the bill gonna say?
The bill gonna say that you need to quit cussing and you need to have a better delivery. That's the bill.
Oh, it's gonna give them jobs because that's what was suggested. So I know I keep saying that, but is that the bill we talking about? The bill that's just gonna give them jobs so they hopefully will stop taking out Black women? Is that the bill we speaking of? I mean, I just want to know. What bill?
It's bad. It's bad when they back themselves up in the corner because, baby, at the end of the day, your men can't meet your needs. That's unfortunate, but that's the truth. So when you want somebody that y'all don't like to have to pass your bill. You know what? That's probably a real uncomfortable feeling. Kind of like how uncomfortable mammies get when they have to provide for the men in their community. Kind of like that. Yeah, the bill ultimately has to be passed by the people that conquered your men, unfortunately. Right? So since they're still on top, it would behoove you to behave and get in line and do what you got to do to make yourself a comfortable, beautiful Black woman that puts herself first. Putting yourself first might include getting the fuck away from Blackistan. Have you ever thought about that? Y'all gonna miss me with the Blackistani bullshit. There's nothing there. Absolutely nothing. Welcome to the panel, Lipstick. What's going on, dear?
Oh man, I seem like I came in on some dragon. People got smoked. Wow. So there's some
thought it was cute.
controversy on if this march is going to happen. Look, I totally support the march happening, whatever you need to do to bring awareness. I just don't understand why bring this negative drama this close to the march. I don't understand.
Well, we were
Because
over
they
here.
never planned on having it.
Oops. Listen, we was over here trying to tell you, Black women being killed and showing you who's actually doing it. This nigga, this nigga, this nigga. And then all of a sudden, some bullshit dropped out of the sky, right? And it didn't get dropped by me. It got dropped by your favorite folks. So it is what it is. I'm just trying to figure out. Maybe y'all can send me some paperwork, right? And I could go ahead and, because since I'm a white male worshiper and all that good shit, right? Maybe I can ask my husband for a connect so y'all can get something done, because you're gonna have to pass through them folks. They run the country. I know you don't like it, but no amount of talking about the pyramids and who was the first king and who built this first, who taught motherfucker. No, they lost. Black folk lost. You got to get it through your head. And guess who was supposed to be the warrior class that y'all call them? The Nakers. And they shoulders dropped and they got captured.
The warrior class.
Girl, they always
Please.
call them motherfuckers warriors.
How the fuck they warriors and these motherfuckers stay in more dresses than the women do? These bitches stay in goddamn dresses all the goddamn time.
Not only dresses, but they always crying and whining all the time instead of just making shit happen. How is that? How is that warrior like?
But they are the warriors. They stay warrioring to take out Black women in the Black community.
And they want them.
Anytime a Black woman has an issue with me, it's because of my stance on Black men. Who the hell told you to marry a white man? I said divest. I gotta. Let me find a hearing aid for this girl and try to get
You
it
know
out.
what? If that's what they want the rhetoric to be, then fine. We are saying go marry you a white man. Because see, here's the thing. I'm a firm believer that look, I want the nigga's boss. Fuck the dumb shit. That's who I want to talk to, the motherfucker who cuts the goddamn checks.
To be
Who
honest with
signs
you,
the check.
Aaliyah, they want that too, because they talking about they need a bill passed. Who the hell you think gonna pass it? They looking for the boss too. They looking for the boss to pass the bill, but when the lights go low, they want that naked shit log. That's how they want that shit done for. I'm just keeping it real.
Exactly. Cause see, I'm tired of them saying that bullshit. Like somebody said, "Oh, go run off and date and marry a white man." Nobody said that. But if since you want to keep going there, absolutely go ahead. Because if you're gonna fuck around with somebody, it needs to be somebody that got some power, wealth, or influence, or at least something to offer you by way of legacy and generational wealth or something. Except for these broke motherfuckers walking around here that ain't got shit. So guess what? If you're gon' go and get one, go get the one at the top, not the motherfucker from the bottom of the goddamn barrel.
Honestly, they'd be fighting with they'd be fighting more for white Zaz than you do.
Thank you. Hey, Kyra, what's up?
Good evening, DZ. Good evening, ladies.
Hey.
Hey.
To piggyback off of what Aaliyah was saying, go for the king, not the court jester.
Exactly.
Child, please. Y'all king is back here. I guess is a king trying to come up here and talk to me. Let me see if he can get a bill passed for Maya and them. Okay, and his name is Tight Pussy Destroyer. This is y'all men. This is y'all's men. Hey, can you get a bill passed for the people that are marching? Hello? Okay, your king didn't answer. He just wanted to name himself Tight Pussy Destroyer and come up and say nothing. That was so apropos right there. Him not being able to help you at all. That nigga say, I'm just here to talk about tight pussy. Guess what? That's all they can do. That and them shit logs, baby. I swear to God. This is y'all people. And then he runs. Wonderful.
I find it.
Absolutely wonderful.
But DZ, you asked them to do man shit. You know they don't do that.
Well, shit. Anytime a naker click the link, I might as well ask them to pass bills if it get them up out of here quickly. Pass a bill. Can you help them get a bill passed? That's gonna make them run. I love it. I love
If
it.
the goal is to get a bill passed, are these the same women who pitched the fit about stop and frisk, three strikes? What else did they pitch? Cash bail. We can go on about all the shit y'all fell out in the middle of the street over. So now y'all want all this shit reestablished after y'all fought to abolish it.
Look, I don't think they want that. I think they want a bill passed that says, y'all can't do that. Don't be mean to your queen. Make sure you're nice to her. And they want to be able to call 911 and they come promptly and I guess fix them a shrimp dinner and tell them y'all kids get along. Because all the stuff was in place already. It was already in place. You marched it the fuck off the damn bill. Is there a bill in writing? I'd love to see it.
That they're not gonna get no bill passed because of their dumb asses. They keep undoing everything that everybody's trying to working so hard for. Why in the fuck they gonna try to pass laws to get these motherfuckers locked up when these bitches can't even call the police and send these niggas ass to jail and let them stay there before they going to bail them out or drop all the charges? Who in the fuck gonna keep wasting their time with this bullshit coming from black women? All this wishy-washy ass shit. Now let's just keep it real. They don't want to take responsibility for how the fuck they keep undoing everything that everybody is working hard for. Any protections that we're trying to get, they're fucking it up.
The protections they're asking for, we've already had. We've had all those protections. Y'all fought to roll them back. Now y'all want them again?
And to add to this conversation, particularly the issue with BF is that they won't name the problem. And so because you won't name the problem, lawmakers, again, the white zaddies, you need to pass legislation. They're not going to name the problem because they don't want to be labeled as racist.
Thank you. Exactly.
But y'all, that shit. All I'm saying is, I beg y'all to stay out of red states and red cities with that bullshit. We don't need you. We don't want you. Do whatever you do over there in New York, California, Baltimore, Memphis, wherever. Don't come here.
They want a bill specially made where it protects black men and also protects black women at the same time, thinking that if that type of bill is passed, that somehow that's going to bridge the gap between black men and black women. I'm trying to tell y'all that's what it is. I don't even know how to word a bill that would do such a thing. First of all, black men don't want you. So the second part of the bill, that's whatever. But they wanted court ordered for black men to treat them right. Okay. Murder was already illegal, right? Domestic violence was already illegal. The fact that your men keep doing it at 3 times the rate is because they get off light thanks to you.
It's the Naker adjacent affirmative action. Basically, you want to get him a help so that he won't be called the mass murderer that mass unalivers that they do without putting them in place. Because like someone said earlier, they refuse to name what the problem is. And the problem is you got to name the problem. Got to name that problem.
Well,
the problem
sometimes when they donate to you, the $6 and $7 that they do donate, you can't say anything bad about them. You have to be all inclusive if you let them be the person that's sponsoring it. It just is what it is. You cannot talk bad about the people that's donating to you. So instead of talking bad about them, divested women they've donated. So it was either them or us. And they kicked us up under the bus. That's how that went. I'm sorry, not sorry. They sacrifice your image, but they won't fuck up that black male's image, even though that's the person that's doing the most unaliving of Black women. It's
But-
sick.
It's so
But DZ, we don't have the magical log of feces.
Mm.
You know what? Can I just say something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like it. To me, it's so obvious that they don't want to name the problem, because you can't tell me you got access to NASA and politicians and the UN and all kinds of crap, but you can't get a bill passed when you really want one passed.
Well, the response to that was it's something that's for us by us. So they don't want the white man's help. They want the help of the people that's actually the reason why they have to have a march in the first goddamn place. It's so fucking remedial. It's remedial.
Exactly, DZ. This is about some sort of community outreach trying to get Black males to stop unaliving Black women. They don't want actual solutions to the problem of Black women being unalived. They just want Tyrone to do better and to stop doing it. And that's why another thing that's been annoying me with that camp over this whole thing is they're so eager for Black male allies. They keep saying, oh, they could be an ally to BF. They could be an ally. They could be an ally.
Oh my God, say it again.
Meanwhile, these same women, they will backstab 100 Black women just for one potential Black male ally.
And it's crazy because, and I agree 1,000%. These allies have proven every single time they're not your allies. Every single time we've seen time and time again, these allies come and show they ass for what they really are. And you still looking for an ally? You don't know how to stand on your own? It's a problem, Black women. And I'm highly embarrassed because as one of the most educated group of people in the United States, this don't look very educated.
It's on paper only because you can't learn common sense. Common sense ain't that common. A motherfucker can have a PhD, 2-3 of them motherfuckers. But when it's time to kick the Black male to the curb, that girl got a GED. Do you hear me? Divested vamp, are you dusty?
DZ, she don't even have a GED when it comes to them. It's nothing. She didn't even finish elementary school when it came to them hoes.
Exactly. She illiterate. I'm with you, L. She illiterate. Oh,
remedial pre-K when it comes to that.
Lord help me.
When it comes to other Black women, they're educated. When it comes to judging other Black women, they're educated, or the white man. But when it comes to having to make decisions regarding primates, these motherfuckers straight out of Head Start.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Aaliyah.
No, I was just reading what Mocha said. So it matters who the donations came from now. I couldn't care less who the money came from. Give it back. There's no such thing as a virtual march. You cannot talk about a march. What the hell are people supposed to do? Click on their computers, go on Zoom, and start walking around their living rooms? What the fuck is a virtual? And it takes you that much money in order to do that? No, ma'am, I don't give a fuck who donated it. If you're not going to have the march, give the money back. And you're going to have to do better than the fact that we called you a mammy and all this other bullshit to explain why you can't give those funds back. That's the reason why we're putting this shit out there, because it needs to be said. They need to stop screwing the people over. And see, they really fucked up when they tried to blame it on us. That's what pissed me the fuck off.
Look, y'all. So technically, if you can have a virtual march, I guess we can march right here. It's 1,000 of us in this motherfucker right now, and it's going to be free. How you do a virtual march? Anybody know how to do it? We can
just get our ass up and start walking. We marching.
Hey, I'm a walk and twerk on the hole. So I'm a walk and twerk and shit. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, we're gonna go on Zoom and we're gonna just mime walking. We're gonna have our virtual backgrounds up, and we're just gonna keep stepping up and down on those Pilates things.
Listen, I'm marching right now. I'm walking downstairs to my kitchen. That's the march.
So, divested vamp, you're up here, and someone's trying to get back here. Are you Dusty?
Hi, hello.
Hi, divested vamp. Are you Dusty?
Hi, no, this is my first time. I'm such a huge fan, and I love all your work. I've been following you for a year now.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you first coming up and saying that. Make sure you click the link again, okay?
Thank you. It's been an honor. I just want to share a quick little tidbit story. If you have...
No, I can't do that one right now. But if you got anything to add to what we're talking about, that would be awesome.
Okay, I just wanted to say that Dusties do not need a petition to work because they have work opportunities, and even when they are on the job, they don't work. So we just need to stop hiring them. Thank you.
Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you, Divested Vamp. You're right about
Thank
that,
you
by the
so
way.
much.
Bye.
DZ, I'm gonna drop down so somebody can come up.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you. I'll see you later in the Discord.
Is Mocha in the waiting room?
The waiting room was full, so yeah. She's not back there right now though. It's not full now. Let me see what I got going on. Yes, they do cost the economy $50 billion. I guess if the
Mhm.
Dusties would go away, you wouldn't have to take up no donations because there's $50 billion right there. That's $50 billion right there. Hold on one second. Welcome to the panel, Mocha. How may I help you, beautiful?
Hi, can you hear me clear?
I can.
Oh, I have so much to
Before
say.
you get started, make sure when you get off here, you check your inbox, all right?
Okay.
All right.
Oh my God, I have so much to say. I mean, when I went live about this yesterday, she jumped. I don't know who put the word out, but she jumped on her live and started saying that I know she was talking about me, but she was saying that, like, oh, we need to stop bullying her. The divestors are bullying her. It's me, blame me. So I feel like she's trying to use this opportunity to make it about her, per
I
se.
hope they make it like, have all your food and drink and all this shit here because this bitch finna go on ignore status after this. She's gonna have to get her attention someplace else. I've given you a premium amount of attention. I'm done. You're boring.
Yep, she kept saying, "Oh, y'all are bullying her, and this is not right." And da-da-da. And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Nobody's bullying her." And I caught one part of the live because I still haven't finished the whole live because I'm not even 10 minutes in, it was just fucking ridiculous. But she said that we're mad because they're getting money and we're not for being evil. They were begging people for donations on that live, and she said so much shit. She was like, they were talking and stuff on Clubhouse, of course. And somebody told me that in those clubhouses, if you didn't donate money to them, they would kick you out.
Oh, wow.
They were doing all types of scandalous shit. Still, what's her name? Miss BF, whatever. She asked PP, why would she tell people that she had canceled the march? She will not tell her. She just said, oh, it was because of what you said. She was like, oh, you mean the lack of security? She was like, yeah. But the person who runs, of course, the IG page said that she's not a representative of BF. So why would she feel comfortable going on someone else's platform and saying that it was canceled?
Girl, they had already talked about that. They couldn't even get that lie together before she ran her ass over there saying that. That's why I say everything they're doing now is just damage control.
It is what it is. I don't know what went on behind the scenes, but if everything was kosher, why is everybody up in arms?
Yeah,
why is everybody having a fit and then trying to snatch people into the drama? It is what it is. I come up here every motherfucking time I'm up here talking about black women being offed by black males. I don't know how the two cross paths, because honestly, we're parallel to one another. Because you still deal with shit logs, I never deal with them. I don't have shit logs sending me money. I don't have none of that shit going on. Go do you. You're a swirler. Do what you do. Get your merch together and do your thing. I just have no room. No room for that bullshit.
DZ, can I ask you the honest truth? Do you go?
Tyra, I can't stand you.
Oh my God.
So you mean to tell me you don't go on cicada panels and engage with them and ask them for support, and you don't, when you have an issue with another black woman, you don't send cicadas after that black woman?
I would never do something like that. There's no way on earth I'm gonna sick a black man. Look over there, Dusty man. Look at what that black woman's doing to me, and look at how she said it, and look at how ghetto she is. Go get her, girl. Bye. That's so treasonous.
so he can turn around and do your ass next when he get finished with her, because that's exactly what's gonna happen with y'all fucking with these treasonous ass men. But go ahead.
They keep falling out. One day everybody getting along, the next day they fighting, the next day somebody else up on the menu. One day somebody coming up on the panel saying, "Oh, I love this content creator." The next day they over. Girl, it's a hot ass mess.
But like I told you, DZ, when we spoke, I just said, that came from somewhere. She didn't just pull that shit out of thin air. She didn't just pull it out of her ass. That came from somewhere. But they could try to pretend like it wasn't said. Oh, it's not her. It's just me. Like I said, next time, make sure you bitches get y'all lives together first before you go live.
Yeah,
Right.
nobody's ever come up here. Mocha, Lipstick, Aaliyah. Nobody's ever come up here and said some shit on my behalf that was incorrect because they don't speak for me. So if somebody came up and felt like they could speak on your behalf, baby, there was some conversations going on. And I get it. But I'm just telling y'all to stay over there with that nonsense. I don't want SOS. I don't want none of that donation bullshit. I don't have a 501c. I don't have none of that shit. Go away.
Did you hear about the UN? What she said about the UN?
No,
girl, I don't believe that shit. I don't believe a word of that.
The United Nations?
Yes, ma'am.
What
She
they
said
got
that
to do with-
the United Nations reached out to her for support and she turned them down and guess what her reason was? Because BF is for us by us. That's what she said out of her mouth.
I heard that. I heard that too.
Who's us going to get her bill paid? Oh, I didn't know she was trying to work with Nakerville to get her stuff passed because that's impossible.
Girl, I don't know. Oh, and they're
I
going
guess
off.
they ain't paying attention to who's sitting in the House or the Senate. I guess they haven't been paying attention
Or
to
who's
what the
been running
majority is.
everything for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years? Who do they think are what?
Yes,
if the UN if you wanted a bill passed and the UN contacted you and you said no, sis, you ain't serious. You should have been like, let's do lunch.
Let's
So
talk.
Yeah.
And bring all your bullet points with you. You didn't want none of that smoke.
Yeah, people are saying that that she was lying. She didn't reach out. Well, I know somebody told me that that they checked to see if it was on the UN's website, and she said it's not up there. So
I don't
Girl, I don't believe a word of that shit.
I don't believe that shit either. And Mocha, we gonna change your name to T, baby, because every time you come up here, baby, you pouring that shit up hot.
Yeah, because I watched the actual live with BWS. I had watched the live, but once Miss BF had got off, I didn't hear the rest of it because I didn't really care what PP had to say. So yeah, I just heard that part, and she kept saying the march is still on, the march is still on. It's just going to be online because of lack of security. But my thing is, why didn't she set that up from the jump? If she already had the money, why didn't she set up security? And do you know there was people in the comments saying that she need to contact the NOY for security?
Please shut up. Are the Nation of Islam?
Yes,
I'm
the
done.
NOY.
See, I'm done. Let me close this laptop.
I don't plan marches. I don't do marches. I don't do any of that. But I could have sworn when you apply for a march in a city, that's how they allocate police for your protection.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
But you forgot, police are going to be a problem with all the cicada allies marching with the black women. So, you know, you got to find a way around that.
So they're going to go to the NOI, one of the most misogynistic groups on the planet. Okay, let me hush.
Oh, I'm going to drop down and let Sun Moon Goddess or whomever hits the link come up, but I just wanted to add that.
Well,
thanks, Kyra.
I'm gonna step down too, y'all. Thank you for everything.
Thanks for coming up.
Everybody coming up bringing you the tea tonight, baby.
I know.
It's just crazy because the person who runs the IG page, she came on my live and she was just acting like a ratchet ass hood rat. And I'm like, chill out. Say what you got to say. She was like, oh, PP doesn't run this. She doesn't run this. What are you talking about? Y'all are all BFF. She knows y'all business. Something is going on that she's not telling about. And somebody sent me hella receipts. I haven't read them yet. So I was like, I'm just going to do it on a live tomorrow because I'm just like, it's too much to unpack right now. But yeah, she was like, oh, she said, what do we look like trying to associate our stuff with divestors when divestors say all this bad stuff about black men? They're going to make black BF look bad. I was like, are you fucking serious?
Girl, at this point, they can't look any worse than they already do, and it had nothing to do with us. They undid themselves by fucking lying so much. They can't look, and the channels they've been jumping on with this whole, whatever the fuck they call it, all these different panels with these people. Girl, these folks, the some of the owners of some of these channels, it gets no more fucked up than some of these people's backgrounds. Trust.
Oh, and y'all not, and all them people that donated, that was talking all this shit on her live, that donated, they was cheering. Oh, we got $1,000. Oh,
I saw that.
Mad.
I saw the screenshots, and then when the motherfucking, you know how YouTube always give you bullshit. They be suggesting like Tommy and all kind of motherfuckers. I'm like, what? That shit said such and such made $1,000 in 2 hours. I'm like, okay, well that's what it's about. Just say that shit.
They're literally telling them, and they're still like donating money. Like, what is really wrong with black women? Like,
That's why I'm saying they easily getting duped. They ass constantly getting played. They constantly funding all these goddamn films that these folks turn around and selling their ass tickets to. I mean, we just will not close our fucking purses, and everybody is learning just how gullible we are, and it is fucking embarrassing whether folks want to admit to it or not. It is. Like, black women just showing how easily fooled we are. We go for anything.
Yes. Did you see THT's live when he was like calling her out too? Oh, you should have seen them in the live chat. Oh, they was trying to plead their case to him.
It started with that fuck nigga. How in the hell he... Oh, Lord.
Yup, they was pleading their case up there. Oh, Miss BF, who claims that she's non-confrontational and non-combative. Oh, well, she had a whole lot of shit to say on his live, talking about, oh, it's mostly non-black people that donated. It was just insane. And I think
he is trying to save face and save his own credibility at this point, because he brought her up there to say that shit, and now he looks just as stupid as she does.
It's just, it don't make no sense for somebody to claim they're so uncombative. She sure was running her mouth off over there on his channel, her and that AB chick, that Ethiopian, whatever the hell she is.
You know what's real sad, y'all? The fact that black women are indeed in danger, and it's getting handled or whatever by people that have ulterior motives. I just want you to know, get the fuck away from Blackistan, period. That's really just my message. If you want to live a better life, you have to leave the black community behind. The culture is trash. Then I back it up by all these cases that be happening every goddamn few hours. And that's all it is. Motherfuckers want to do meetup tickets. They want to do dinner tickets. I don't hold events. I talk shit in the background. That's it. And as long as anybody can hear me, if you're young, old, elderly, whatever, you know that it's time to leave Blackistan. That's all I want out of this shit. That's all I want. I will never ask you for event money. It's never going to happen. Okay? On Sundays, we watch motherfucking movies and Scandal and series and all that good shit. That's as far as that's gonna go, and that shit is free, hunty.
Yeah.
So asking these people for all this money and then having a scandal behind it, that's ugly. When black women being murdered is an actual problem. With all this back and forth or whatever, yeah, women like to gossip and all that shit because we're women. Come on, we're women. Women gonna gossip or whatever. But if the issue itself is not taken seriously, that's a problem right there. And I don't think they would take that shit seriously, even if they knew somebody personally that got murdered coming up this month. Let's just say that.
Let's just be real, Dizzy. People been playing in our trauma. People been playing in our trauma. People been playing in our insecurities. People been playing. That's what all this shit has been about. To exploit the weaknesses of Black women. And that's why they can't stand divestors, because when they see a group of women that you cannot play me, you cannot exploit me, my worth is not attached to you. I don't need you to tell me how feminine I need to be. I don't need you to tell me what the fuck to wear, how the fuck to do my hair. I don't need you to tell me this bullshit. I don't need you to tell me who the fuck to date. I don't need you to tell me who the fuck to marry and none of that other shit. When they see women they can't control, that's what this shit is about also.
It is. Anybody that has not been able to be manipulated by that bitch, there was a problem. And I'm not talking about just women. She manipulates every goddamn body, and it's sad.
I like what Cold Fires. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
I like what Cold Fire said. She said maybe they made up this whole drama for attention, publicity, and to throw us under the bus. I'm convinced their goal is to destroy us. Yeah,
I wouldn't put it past them, y'all. I would not be surprised if that's what's actually taking place. Because, like I said, my email box is always got somebody in it because I post my email right there. And if you have a stupid question, like what I should put on my corn, butter or salt, you can email that shit to me. It's open to everybody. So if there was an issue, you could have said something. Instead, you going off of what this manipulative bitch said, and now look at your event. Sad. Anyway, Ashley Banks. Oh Lord, are you Dusty?
No, I'm not Dusty. Can you hear me?
I can. What's up?
Hey. This is Ashley Banks, aka Divested Divorcee. I'm trying to get my AirPods together, but clearly they're acting very ghetto. Hold on one second. Can you hear me?
Apparently you in the right place because we're ghetto, according to folks that's supposed to care about Black women being murdered. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, this entire situation has my blood pressure high. I gotta do a pre-drag real quick because I would rather drag my freshly shaven punani on this hot ass Texas concrete before I donate any fucking money to any of these organizations. It's embarrassing for all this shit to be going down for that Black woman. And I know we ain't gonna say her name on here, and we ain't gonna say none of the other heifers' names on here, but this is a goddamn shame. I wouldn't give them fucking 10 cents that I found under a crackhead's asshole in my entire goddamn life. Because I am so, man, you know, I was close to donating. I was like, yeah, this march is going to happen. This is going to be great. You know, all this great stuff is going on. And then I said, you know what, sis? Nope. Let me hold off. Let me wait. Let me see what's going on. Because the mammy in these bitches kept coming up. I kept seeing things on Clubhouse. I kept seeing and hearing small things. And I said, let me keep my little money in my pocket. And then boom. This ghetto shit is going down. We ought to be ashamed of ourselves. Not me. I'm divested. Let me take that back. These dumb hoes ought to be ashamed of themselves. This don't make no goddamn sense. You might as well take that $15 that you gave that stupid bitch and go down to the Dollar Tree and get you a goddamn wig, because this don't make any these bitches got me mad today. These bitches got me mad today. They done picked the right one. I'm sorry.
See, that's the thing. They think that because you don't speak a certain way, they can call you ghetto. Actually, ghetto is not just because you know how to dress it up and make it sound good. Yes, sis, you talk a good game, but your behavior is ghetto as fuck. And it always has been. Because all the people that we're talking about, they have online reputations that go way back. So it's like, sis, your behavior is ghetto and ratchet. And it always has been ghetto and ratchet. It's funny how we're so ghetto and ratchet with all these damn news and ass shots everywhere that's going around, and folks got pictures in their drawers and all kind of shit. We ain't got no shit like that, but we the ghetto and ratchet ones. See, if you don't talk, they think because they talk a certain way that just means something. No, bitch, your behavior is ghetto and ratchet, and the way you have conducted yourselves online all these years is ghetto and fucking ratchet. I don't care how classy you call yourself or how well or you call yourself speaking and all of this other shit. Your behavior is ghetto and ratchet as fucking. It always has been.
Girl, you know with the person that you're talking about, if she get a glass of wine, it's a hot ass mess. It's the tears. Listen, limit yourself to one glass, because honey, then you spark up your live tripping.
He broke out my window.
Which one?
They done picked up off that wine. You're drinking too goddamn much.
I mean, you know, people say, "BG," in the other sectors of YouTube, let's just be real. It's all kind of naked asses going around over there with them men. Let's be real.
It is.
And my thing is, again, you jump your ass on here and want to talk like you a class act, and y'all bitches got y'all naked asses going all around the internet and all on YouTube. But because you speak a certain way, you think you got people fooled. Okay.
Not naked asses. Damn.
And if they asses ain't naked, they in they drawers. That's right, draws.
Yeah, that's the ghetto way to say it. I guess you were supposed to say panties.
Underwear.
I was supposed to say underwear. Okay, that's what it was. Lingerie. No, they in they drawers. That's what
they gonna be all right.
Leah, the southern drawl in the way you said drawl.
Stop laughing.
I can't stop laughing. That girl is a trip. They gonna be all right though, y'all. I promise you. This dust, no pun intended, is going to settle like it always does. And then you'll have a couple of months break, and then some more shit will pop off because somebody will be in the way again. And it's always somebody else's fault. It's always some drama going on. I guess I should be honored. But I think this is the second time you do. You're not supposed to double back, are you? Are you supposed to do the same person over and over again?
DZ, you know what's crazy, ironic, is that if it's true about the United Nations contacting her, but she told them no thanks, this bitch is full of shit because she'd rather sit around and talk about you than be on the phone talking to the United Nations.
That part.
Right.
Well, we all know when something doesn't make sense is usually because it's a lie. You know that shit don't make no damn sense. An opportunity like that, and you gonna claim you turning it down? No, you're lying because you never got that. It was never offered to you, but you want to make yourself look like you're more important than what you are, so you just make up shit.
Carmen Alexis, and I agree with you, Elle. Welcome to
Hey.
the panel, Carmen.
Hey, DC, I'm using my feminine voice. How does it sound?
It sounds wonderful.
Awesome. I just wanted to see if anybody had the mammy that was the marching mammy, her baby daddy, if anybody has his information, because I guarantee you he's on a trip or a cruise off that March money.
Ain't no telling. I don't know much about that woman. And even if I did, I wouldn't put it out here because guess what? We are not the ghetto ones. They are the ones that like to put people shit out here, talk about this, that, and the third. The only thing somebody's going to talk about when you start shit with them is stuff that you already put out here with your lying ass.
But what upsets me so much, DZ, you did everything you could in your power not to come public and say anything about this.
Yeah, it just got annoying. It really did. I mean, she was basically outside my window throwing rocks and baying at the damn moon. I hope I did you well. I hope you got enough attention. And I feel sorry for them women over there. I really, really do.
All right, continue to drag her ass all through this live and we'll meet up in the Discord.
Yeah, y'all have seen this movie before. Y'all have. She said, play that clip again. That's how she be when she drink, crying and lying, crying and fucking lying.
I had to speak my piece.
Yeah, go to the side. He bust out my window. Go to the side. Y'all better lay off that cheap ass Dollar General wine and jumping on here talking about she said something about me. Girl, if you let me get back to what I'm talking about for real, I might do a show on divorce and when things don't work out. You want to do that with me, boo? You want to do that with me? You can teach me something about divorce because I've never experienced one. So I will let you do all the talking because you are a pro. You got white men and black men and all kinds of men just leaving you. So just tell me about it. And ain't nobody validation from no man. I hope you're not looking for validation from no man because you're not getting it. You ain't gonna get it. You're gonna have to have your mental health intact. Because if you looking for validation, they walking out the door, sis, and they making sure you know that they walking out the door by filing paperwork at the courthouse. Okay.
I just want to cordially invite one of them or all of them up to the panel and see what they have to say for themselves.
Self-validation is key, y'all. The link is in the chat.
They will
The
never
link-
do that. They don't want to be associated with us. You know what I'm saying? We're terrorists.
Hey, Mocha.
Hi.
Well, let me drop down to give a space just so they'll have a space. I'll meet y'all in the Discord.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop down to. I just had to get that off my chest. Please stay divested, stay stingy as fuck with your coins out here, ladies, because they ain't worth it. That's all.
Thank you for coming up. I appreciate y'all more than
We
you
can't
know.
get the mammies to close they fucking purse, they legs, nothing.
Girl, I'm just like sitting here waiting. Half the time when I'm talking to y'all, I'm just, putting information out there and hoping one of the detractors will click the link. I would love for you to come up here and lie about what you just did. Because you know good and damn well Divestors was not fucking with you like that. We kind of stayed in our lane and we expected you to stay in yours. But everywhere you go, you tend to talk about me, you raggedy bitch. Leave me alone. I told you that shit a couple days ago. I'm not interested.
I mean, I love it when Mocha always says they call us, we ain't terrorizing shit, but they feelings. I love it. That's it. Terrorize, that's what they call. They try to tell like we're terrorizing them. Bitch, terrorizing your feelings don't count.
Well, what did we do though to infiltrate the march? I don't understand. What is she accusing you of, DZ?
Honestly, I don't know. I guess the big crime was calling one of the people that head the march a mammy. That's just my opinion. Okay, so I guess I'm supposed to shut my channel down because y'all over there calling me names, huh? I should not mean that much to you when it comes to the death of Black women. I don't care what I called you. It doesn't matter. And for you to try to put that on me because you not doing your march anymore, that's fucked up. Or I don't know whether you're doing it or not. That's allegedly. I don't know what the fuck you got going on. Exercise class or whatever. But like I said, I hope it goes well. And hopefully nobody between now and August calls you a mammy. Y'all don't call her no mammy. Y'all got to protect the women that actually paid for this march. Don't call her a mammy. I don't want her to cancel or whatever. The hell? I feel like you a goddamn mammy. Point blank the fuck period.
Man.
So first it was mammy and then it was lack of security. I'm trying to figure out how. I don't understand how that goes together. They can't even get their lives together.
Exactly.
Well, how about this part, y'all? Why do you need extra security? Why do you need extra security?
Oh,
who are you
because
protecting
she was getting
yourself
threats.
from?
She was getting threats from.
But I'm saying, who is making those threats? The
Mhm.
people that she care about so motherfucking much. I know she didn't think nobody from Europe, okay, was coming out there to shoot up the march. The extra protection and the extra security is because the Dusties were threatening her. Nobody else is threatening her. And by the way, motherfucker, I get those same threats in my inbox all the time. All the time. You're supposed to have security for any march. I don't care if you was marching for doll babies, but you're supposed to have the security there. Dusties don't like what's being said, so they'll inbox you stuff like I'm gonna R-word you and I'm gonna be your new son-in-law and all kind of shit they send to me.
Oh, one dude told me he was gonna throw me in the oven and cook me and eat me. Yep.
I can't. Carlos Gonzalez, it's not happening, baby. It's not happening. He always this nigga, Afro Latino or whatever the fuck he is, always trying to get back here. Let me
That was supposed to be her original excuse for canceling the march at the last minute. I'm telling you, old girl fucked it up when she went over there and said and told that lie on us real quick and said that she canceled the march because of us, because of how horrible we are and how we talked about them and how it's like she fucked it up. That was supposed to be the excuse later on for her canceling the march that they was threatening to shoot it up. That was what it was supposed to be. But she fucked it up and let the cat out the bag early when she went over there. So they had to come back and try to twist that because then people start asking questions. Well, if you canceled it, what about all the money you collected? So then they had to come back. That's why they came back with that virtual march shit and all that other shit. They was just winging it with that. And now they're saying they didn't never say that either. And it's like bullshit. Y'all been going from channel to channel, peddling these bullshit ass lies to different folks.
It's the Umar Johnson school all over again.
I can't. And then you think you playing right now because you said some good shit right there. Umar was turning his in-person school to what? Online, virtual. And he still ain't did that shit either. He went right back to lying about needing money for that fucking building. Okay? So where's the money going to come for payroll, motherfucker? Where the money going to come for payroll? I guess people supposed to donate their time and education as well. These people got so much shit going on. It's annoying. Oh, okay. She dropped off. I'm looking for Sun Girl. I was fixing to ask you, Sun Girl, were you dusty? TS, I see you back there. Number one, your camera's on. And number two, you might want to stay out of this conversation, sir. Honestly, inbox me and we'll arrange something. But you don't want to be associated with this smoke, okay? Because it's smoke time happening, especially with your camera on.
TS is, you talking about the dude?
Look in the back. He's in the back right now with his camera on and that type of stuff. And I don't want his face associated with none of this drama. It's drama like a motherfucker. My Gmail is divestedzealot@gmail.com. I don't want you involved in this shit because you don't understand Black Instead. You really don't. These people troll your channel and all kind of shit. Don't do that. No, TS, he only has, let me tell y'all something, because I'm thinking y'all think it's Tommy Sotomayor. Yes, it's a zaddy. TS is a zaddy. And I'm not trying to get him mixed up in this bullshit. I'm really not. Because y'all know how the Nakers do. They'll troll the fuck out of him. They'll be threatening to dox him. They'll be trying to reverse image all his shit and that type of stuff. And I don't, I got too many trolls, sir. So inbox me and let me know what the deal is, and we'll arrange something with your camera off.
I didn't see it. Okay, I'm let me stay out of it.
Yeah, he just cut his camera off. He's still back there.
Someone said there was never a march plan. They didn't apply for the permit. Child.
Wait, what?
What?
This person named the Riddler, aka Your Worst Nightmare, said there was never a march plan. They didn't apply for the permit. Google events at the Washington Mall, and you'll see anything scheduled for now through the end of the year. There's no BF march scheduled. Child.
Oh wow.
Somebody just sent me something on Instagram, and it says that the BF chick, the one who called into my live acting like a fucking hood rat, said that our final statement about the march is that we're still doing the march. And she said all these smart ass comments are going to get you blocked. The march is still on. Like, what? I'm done. I'm over this bullshit.
Wow.
I don't even know what to say. The Riddler, if you got time, click the link, babe. Kyra, if you still out there, put the link in the chat. If you have time, if you're not busy or whatever, because that was some smoke. I didn't even see that comment, to be honest with you. Jeez. All I want them to do is leave me the fuck out of the shit. I'm gonna continue to do what I do. With the way y'all Nakers are, they're never going to stop this shit. Over there where they're trying to be fair and balanced and all this shit, they run out of content because they don't want to talk about what's actually happening to you. I want to talk about what's happening to you. And unfortunately, poverty, single motherhood, and poverty, a hybrid of the two, domestic violence, STDs, all that kind of shit is happening to you. I don't need to do a meetup with you guys because I know what's happening globally with Black women. And that's the shit I want to curtail. There will be time later on. I don't know when my time is up on here. I have no clue. I don't know when that day is going to be. But making attempts to make me stop talking the way I do is not going to work. It's not going to work. Sorry, not the fuck sorry. Hold on a second. I wanted to show y'all something else before we got the fuck up off here. Ladies, wait, let me switch my screen because it has a lot to do with what's going on, but at the same time, it doesn't have anything to do with what we got going on. So give me a second to share my screen. Fucking weirdos, man. Weirdos. Okay. Ladies, everybody that is a Naker, they don't necessarily have to have a penis, okay? Let me scroll up so you can see these names. They're responsible for an 11-year-old child being shot 11 times. You want to take a stab at who orchestrated this shit? You guessed it, Tamisha the mammy. Okay. Whenever you're dealing with a black woman that refuses to acknowledge what black males do, you dealing with a naker. She's a naker. Yeah, she's a mammy, but she's operating in naker fashion. Her brain operates like naker's brain. They're identified with these people. Okay, so let me stop sharing this and show you what the fuck happened. This motherfucker acting like a gangster. Welcome, Riddler. Let me show this real quick, and then I want you to take the floor because you got hot popping hot tea, and I want some of that shit. Hold up. Here we go. Let me scroll down a little bit because this was a hot ass mess too. Damn, that's the one where the 16-year-old girl got fucking stabbed. I don't want her to have to wait. Go ahead, Riddler. I don't want you to have to wait. You there?
Hey, Daisy, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Beautiful. I'm awesome.
So I just wanted to say this for like 2 seconds. So if you do a Google search for events at the Washington Mall, you'll get a calendar of everything that's scheduled from now through the end of the year. So that means that anyone who has been approved for a permit to use any area on the Washington Mall, including the monuments like Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it on there.
So if it's federal, it's listed.
It's listed there, yeah. And they also list virtual events. So say you have someone that's using federal lands, but it's only going to be a handful of people there, but then they are streaming it virtually. You'll see it on that website. There is no Black Femicide March scheduled there.
I
So
had
that
honestly never heard of a fucking virtual march because marches they're supposed to make noise and get attention to the community. If you need a link, people probably ain't gonna show the fuck up. Keep going, because I'm rambling again.
No, you're right. So that means one of two things. Either they're planning to march without a permit, which there are certain designated areas on or near the Washington Mall where you can march without a permit if you're not expecting more than like 500 people. So there's that, to be objective. Maybe they didn't apply for the permit, but they're still planning to congregate.
Okay.
Or they never intended to have the march.
You know what? Aaliyah was basically saying that the other day when we talked. It was like homegirl, the Pepto-Bismol is what y'all call her, came out too early with the announcement that it was actually canceled, and then they had to scramble to make this other shit. So that makes sense. I didn't know anything about, because I told y'all I've never ever been to a protest, a march, or none of that shit, because I ain't never been no fucking mule. I haven't. Yeah. So I didn't know that they, even listed it. So the people that went on ahead and donated, they deserve better than this.
They deserve their money back. And let me say this for the people who think that this virtual quote unquote march is acceptable. All through 2020, during a fucking global pandemic, during the bloody summer, when it was 100 degrees outside, y'all took y'all funky pussies out there in mass and marched, fell out in the street, did the electric slide, the Tootsie Roll, dropped it like it was hot through all urban cities over this country. And we can't have a march in August in 2022?
I don't know. This was the saddest shit ever. People beef on YouTube all the time. You know what I'm saying? They do. That's part of it. That's part of trying to get out here and make waves, I guess. But this right here is very hurtful because this shit is near and dear to my heart when Black women are fucked up like this. Even if she survives the attack, it's hurtful. And to come to find out certain things wasn't what they were, that shit pissed me off. And it was very hurtful that I wasn't contacted in regards to whatever the rumor was that was going around. I don't know. That's pissing me off all over again. Damn. Thank you for coming up, the Riddler. I appreciate you. That shit got me pissed. Let me go back to what I was going to show y'all.
I'm still saying it sound like Dr.
More
Umar
this
school
evening
all
at
over
Walmart,
again.
3 people now being held without bond on charges that they shot and killed one child and wounded another. This happened in North Suburban Skokie.
Police provided some new information within the last hour. Rob Sneed is live for us now in Skokie with an update. Rob?
Yeah, that information just coming down about those 3 arrested in this case. Now, you're about to look at 3 people Skokie police say are involved in this murder. The latest arrest, a 32-year-old woman, Tamisha Clark, 22-year-old Richard T. Banks, and 16-year-old Christian Anderson, all facing charges including first-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder. Authorities believe this murder is a retaliation shooting stemming from an expressway shooting death that occurred in August of 2021. Authorities say the suspect harbored anger against the victim's grandparents and wanted to seek revenge for her boyfriend's death.
That's a mule. Do you hear me? She wanted to seek revenge for her boyfriend's death. That is a mule. This person is responsible for a kid dying like a gangster. Let's keep going.
It's a tragedy that the girlfriend of my beloved little cousin, Ralph Banks, will orchestrate an act of violence against his family.
Police responded to a call 10th in the 4700 block of Main Street. Now, they say at the time of the shooting, the victims were laying on a blanket watching television on the ground at their grandparents' house. Investigators say the suspects fired 35 shots in the home through a window, shooting both children. Police say the 9-year-old Jeremiah Ellis was shot 11 times. His 5-year-old brother was shot in the foot. Now, paramedics transported both children to a local hospital where Jeremiah was pronounced dead.
I grabbed Jeremiah and my arm tucked under him, and I felt blood going through my fingers. So what did you do? I started yelling, "Call the police! Call the police!"
This don't make no sense. Call the police. Call the police. Call the police. Ban the police. Defund the police. Leave these men alone. Y'all, this ain't right with the bail reform. This ain't right. The cash bonds, but all this police brutality. Y'all sound like schizos. Schizos. You can tell how traumatized she is. Can you imagine holding, I guess, a kid that you love and their blood is streaming through your fingers? And we talking about motherfuckers finna do a march virtually. I don't know if what's going to happen because they don't communicate with me, y'all. They don't communicate. The only thing I hear is it comes from other people and other clips that are sent to me. I don't know what's happening. But Mocha said she found out that, the march was still on. I don't know. But I know Black women deserve better than this shit. I am over it. I don't like to come up here having issues with other women. What you're going to have to do, ladies that have an issue with me, you're going to have to ignore me. You're going to have to stop coming here. You're going to have to don't get your blood pressure rised up over me, because I'm not going to stop doing this. You know what's going to happen when you get here. There are no surprises. There is no coddling. There are no exceptions to the rule. #all, because you're dying. You're dying. And you got folks around here licking their fingers, counting 20s, talking about how much they made in 2 hours. Are you fucking kidding me? If you can't see through that, you don't want to see through it. Okay? Like I said, you do what you want to do. Do it how you want to do it, but for God's sake, please be safe out here. Stop letting these people come up here with their brand new events, their DVD sales, their whatever they got going on. I don't know what the fuck they be having going on, but I know that in some camps, they'll get up here or whatever platform they're on while Black women are having financial difficulties and brag that that was their most lucrative year, while you don't know how you're going to pay your bills. This is bullshit. We the easiest targets of everybody because the Black male has left you unprotected. You even have SJW people that are non-Black that sympathize with the Black male. So you have to be very careful with these motherfuckers. I don't have no coddling for them either. Don't you tell us about our experiences. Mind your own fucking business unless you trying to say, you know, your relationship with a Black woman or whatever. You need to stay out the business of Naker, okay? You're going to find out the hard way as well because those niggas are animals. They're animals. So fuck around and find out if you want to. Anyway, it's on you, Aaliyah.
Like you said, they gonna find out the hard way because they ain't too fond of that white man. I mean, they fought him for a lot of shit. So yeah, they think they're running over there aligning themselves with them. That means they down with the cause. Okay, that's that liberal shit. But all right, keep thinking that he won't turn on your ass too. And he done been treasonous to his own group of women too. What make you think your ass is exempt?
Right. But hey, it's a hot ticket right now to try to come off like you not so-called racist or whatever. People follow social media. They want to be with the trends. And the trend right now is that Black males are protected. They're protected. They're a protected class. Not even Black women are allowed to talk about them. So if you a weak ass, spineless, non-Black male, you'll come in and try to protect them too. Just like some damsels in distress. And let me get this clear. I do not deal with non-Black men that coddle Dusties. I don't. Y'all the ones that showed the stats. Y'all the ones that did the numbers. So to come in and coddle my biggest aggressor, I take that as a personal affront. If they're murdering people that look like me and you standing in front of me saying, oh, you shouldn't be that way, we gonna have a problem too.
Amen. I agree with everything that you said, DZ. You said a word. Don't nothing get my blood boiling than a white man who has empathy for Black men. That shit makes my stomach turn. Motherfuckers, you the one conquered them. Bitch, you the one wrote the book and told us they were no motherfucking good. Bitch, you wrote the underhand report. Bitch, you told us all this shit about these niggas. We said you right. We gonna move accordingly. Then you gonna say, oh, don't do them like that. Fuck you.
But I never forget that video DZ showed where one of them went in the house and actually took his wife friend out with no provocation, no justification, no clear motive. He just went in there and took him out. Like he showed the whole video. I never forget that video. Like they had went to the store and everything, and they was just hanging out. And for some reason, he just went back in the house and took his wife friend out.
He did, and he was not provoked. And they had been very good friends for years. And I don't even think he robbed him. They just have that violence in them. They do. They just have the violence in them, and it boils up to the top. And when they snap, if you stand in there because you ain't wrote off the Black community, you might just get your issue. Okay? I don't care what the twin flame says. I don't care what your tarot cards say. I don't care how slick your shea butter is. All that shit is not going to stop what Black men actually are. And what they are animals, especially to you. Okay. Other races of women are finding out as well. More power to them. If you want to believe what they said, that we were such atrocious women and you think you can do better, have at it. You got my blessing, sis. Go do your thing. Make him happy. Be submissive. Be there for him. Cook for him. Rub his feet.
Come get him.
Yes. Speak life into them. Speak life into the motherfuckers. Last but not least, wanted to show y'all one more thing, and then we gonna go talk some more shit. And listen, right now, I'm pretty much lollygagging because I dare one of you motherfuckers from over there to click that link. I dare you.
It's not gonna happen. They would rather wait until tomorrow and start going live talking shit and having everybody else think that this is just more of us bullying them and they are the victims and we're just attacking them for no reason. Like I said, it's always about what's being said to them. It's never about the shit that they started. Because to be honest with you, nobody was thinking about that chick before she ran her ass over there on that clown's channel talking shit about us. Nobody was thinking about her whatsoever.
Yeah, she'll be all right. I'm just doing bets now. Who the fuck's next? Who else is the so-called victimizer of this crazy ass bitch? Okay, here's your unicorn, ladies.
Police records say the latest sexual assault victim of a Dallas police officer was a 14-year-old at the time and someone he met through his job as a cop. Hello, everybody, and good evening. I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. Officer Tyrone Williams was first arrested last year for sexually assault.
And no, that's not a joke. That's Officer Tyrone. That's Officer Tyrone. The ones you want to police your community, right? There he is. You better hide your daughter.
Assaulting a child. Days after that arrest, police began investigating allegations from additional victims. Fox 4's Blake Hansen spoke with their attorney and joins us from the Lou Sterrett Justice Center tonight. Blake.
Yes, Steve, these new charges are not new allegations, according to the victim's attorney. He says he represents 3 women, all girls at the time, who tried to report that they'd been assaulted years ago, but are just now being heard. It was shortly after Dallas police officer Tyrone Williams' arrest in the summer of last year that attorney Hunt Bonneau got a call from someone claiming she and 2 others were victims too.
The little girl that came out last year.
Little girl.
For whatever reason, she was believed and it got in the news, which gave my friends confidence to come out.
Bonneau took his clients to Dallas police to speak with detectives. That conversation ultimately resulted in Williams' arrest this week on an additional charge of sexual assault. According to court records, the victim stated she met suspect Williams when he was working in an official capacity as a Dallas police officer. The records say in 2010, Williams and another officer picked up the girl at a Dallas hotel, where they learned she was a victim of a human trafficker who was later convicted and sentenced to 12 years. Bonneau described his clients as being in a vulnerable situation at the time.
Unfortunately, there are some kids that don't have all of the support of family.
I wonder why. I'm not going to subject y'all to all of that shit. I'm just telling you, the road leads nowhere. It leads nowhere. Your desire for the Dusty is going to get you in a shitload of her. If not, it's going to get somebody that you love in a shitload of her. I remember being 14 years old. I remember what I felt like, how I interacted with other people, how immature my brain was. And mind you, when I was 14, I had already been touched 7 years before by a nigger in a sexual way. So let them keep up the bullshit. I'm not with the bullshit. Let me see if this one of the assholes now. Mina Chan, are you Dusty?
No.
Wonderful. What you got?
Well, I want to go back to when you said about those women who think they're perfect and like divestors are ghetto. And let me just say that I'm not really a divestor. You know, you can't be a divestor if you were never invested, right? So one of these ladies, she was like, I'm not going to say her name. She was like, divestors have mental health issues. Like,
let me ask you this, Nina. Are you playing this in the back? Because there's a really bad echo. When I put you on mute, the echo went away. So are you playing this in the background? Are you playing this in the background?
no, I'm not.
I don't know what that is then. I don't
Hello?
know what that is. Go out and come back in because there's a hard echo. I'll see you when you get back up here. Just go ahead and go out and come back in so we can hear what you had to say.
So the crazy bitches are telling other people that we have the mental health issues. How sway? Okay.
Oh, please. Sunrise Guru, are you Dusty?
No, I was in here before.
Okay. Making sure we ain't got no echo. I don't know why her echo was doing that. What you
I
got,
don't know.
sis?
I just want to say something. Am
What's up?
I the only one that's never really felt protected, even with like standing next to like a black cop and being black?
No, you're not the only
Okay.
one. Trust me. I
All
live in
right.
Georgia.
That's what
There's a
all
lot
right,
of
I'm just
black
making
cops
sure
here.
because I've always felt like a weird, just like uncertainty. And I'm just making sure that I'm not the only one because I have PTSD from black men. I'm not going to lie. And black people. Not
A
all.
lot of black women do.
No,
A
I
lot
know.
of black women do.
We need therapy like bad.
I've already been through therapy, and for the one that came up and said that someone said that we have mental health issues, I wouldn't be saying that up under
We don't.
I wouldn't be saying that up under somebody that threatened to take themselves out on Clubhouse. You sitting up there with a bitch that threatened to take herself out on Clubhouse. So you might need to turn, like they say in the church, turn to your left and ask your neighbor, is she okay?
You know what? Not even church.
I really do think, DZ, that when you don't desire black men, it is a mental health issue for women who can't fathom a world without a feces log inside of them. They think that something is wrong with you, that you don't lust after it.
No, we ain't going. Mocha, somebody was wanting you to speak down there. I think I saw that. This shit moving fast as hell.
Oh, wow. What I do?
Girl, you ain't did nothing. They just wanted you to add in because you was up here quiet, baby cakes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I was just waiting for that chick to talk about her saying that divestors are mentally ill, but then you said it for me with the pink pit.
Nope.
Oops.
See, this is why I need to can it when I go on other people's live, because I'm just ruthless on my live, so I kind of forget. It just be slipping out.
No, the only reason DZ does not allow us to really just say full name out like that, because she knows how bad those bitches are about flagging. Soon as they hear certain shit, you know yourself, they just tried to do you like that, Mocha. They will try to come and send whole flag teams to false flag your channel.
She wasn't gonna say her name. She was gonna say pink penis.
Yeah.
So I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm looking to the left myself. She wasn't gonna say that. She was gonna say pink penis, like the ones that still fuck with shit logs. They call it the pink penis.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
Okay, so I take the train to work and everywhere and then whatnot, and there's this black guy that, because I sat down and I was like dressed in like mainly just like a really nice outfit, and I'm just minding my business, and this black guy came up was just like, "Hey, you got a boyfriend? I mean, I just want to say you're very beautiful and all that." I'm like, "No, I'm married. I have a boyfriend." He's like, "Oh, that's okay. I mean, can I go take you to get a drink somewhere and stuff like that?" And I triggered my PTSD like so bad that I went to Amazon and Amazon.com and I brought some mace and a taser on the same day because I was so, oh my God.
I'm glad you didn't say he attacked you. I mean, because that's what I thought was coming up. Because what you just told us, they do that shit at the gas station, at Walmart, at whatever the strip mall is. That's their behavior. They're always trying to do a conquer
entitlement.
shit.
Just right off the bat, they have this immediate entitlement as if it doesn't matter.
They're the most desired, remember?
No, they're not.
Yeah, they high value, girl. Yeah.
Fuck no.
Great value.
Oh, but it made me sick. But like another thing that happened, this was like a couple of months back. I was on the train one day and I was going like home from work.
You might need to stay off that train.
I don't have a car right now, so it's just really difficult because like
that's where they hang.
No, it triggers. Yeah, they do. They hang around the bus lines. There's like cops patrolling like the nicer areas in like my city, and it's just like because there's such like there's black men who mainly just like walk around and freaking like hang out there as if they
ordered like some bombs.
Yeah.
So let me ask this, as someone who's never lived in a transit city, I've never taken public transportation in my life. When y'all get on these public transits and y'all see these primates hanging around, what are they doing? Are they going to work? Are they going to school?
They're bums.
I'll tell you.
A lot of them are home.
They're either sleeping, they're either playing loud rap music, they are either talking really loudly, or just like kind of just like seeing, or just kind of like scouting the area just to see what, you know what I mean?
So basically,
it's like
begging for money. They beg for money.
Yeah, that's you.
So they basically being black men.
Yeah,
so are public transportation, is public transportation free?
No. When like guards or whatever get on, they will be like ticket transfer or passes, and they'll like all of them will like get off the bus or train because you need like a bus pass
or an ID. They'll ask for your
yeah.
ID sometime.
But a lot of them don't have it.
Yep.
From what
They
I've
don't
been
get
seeing,
escorted
a
off
lot
the
of them.
train because they hang out on the train and think that no one's ever gonna like stop them and like ask them for like a bus card or whatnot. Like, you know, that's
They don't think
required.
that shit. They don't think that shit. They grown ass men. They know good and goddamn well you need a transfer at certain stops. Don't grant them the stupidity. They're animals, but they not stupid. Look at how shit they outsmarting a whole bunch of black women, getting them to say crazy shit, give them babies,
Oh my
give them
God! Don't
money,
even
let them
mention
sleep
that. Oh
with
my
them.
God! I
Shit.
just want that to fucking end. It's a fucking nightmare that we just haven't fucking like divested sooner. Like it makes no sense. As smart as some of us are, it's just kind of like it's like they need to be told or something.
No, they need to be walked away from. Don't tell them shit.
No,
Interacting with
the
them.
black women that need to divest. It's like they need to be kind of like guided or something because it's just like it's just
No, I don't agree with
I'm
that.
not gonna do shit.
I'm gonna tell you real quick. They don't need to be guided. They know good and goddamn well what the issues are.
Yeah.
Don't let mammies
Yeah.
fool you. They know what the
I
issues
don't talk
are.
to them. I don't talk. I go to work with this one lady who I work with, and she is really just like the older black women who just kind of are just like she has this really like mean kind of like she's really mean to me. And one time I was just like, "Oh hey, how are you doing?" He's like,
Listen,
like it's just
Sunrise. Please stop accosting and talking to these motherfucking
I'm not.
mammies.
Yes, I work with her.
You don't have to speak to her though. I
Exactly.
would love to see a job description that say speak to your coworkers when you walk in.
Mhm.
I know it don't say that shit.
No, I try to ignore her, but it's usually me and her like working on I'm a hostess, so I work at the I'm not gonna disclose my job or whatever.
Please don't.
But it's mainly her and me on like Mondays, and it's just like I have to say some form of communication because we work together. But I don't have to I don't really invest in talking to her like that,
Sunrise. Who on earth do you think you talking to? Let me tell you something. If you went in your job and said, "Hey, mammy, how you doing?" then that is a cost to them. That was you starting the conversation. You don't have to do that. It's a way to go ahead and get your job done and be cordial and pleasant without asking that stupid ass bitch how she doing.
Fuck how she doing.
I can't.
I just feel bad for these young ladies that have to take public transportation and do ride
I'm
sharing.
scared every day. Like I have to go home by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the late afternoon, because I'm scared. Because I get harassed, and it's like I already have PTSD, and it's scary, and I can't even fucking imagine just doing this for the next 10 years without something happening. So
Do you have anything on you? Do you carry pepper spray, box cutter?
I have mace that I bought literally 2 days ago because of that encounter with that naker. So
get a taser. Get a taser.
I brought a taser too. It's a 2-pack.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on 1 second, Sunrise. Kitten Heel. Are you Dusty?
Oh,
Hi. No, you guys might hear a little noise because I'm going to work, but this is the only time I can catch you.
Rapping out loud. Yeah.
But I wanted to say something to what the young lady was saying about the train, who was saying she never rode it. Now, on the train in Chicago, they literally sit there, they sell cigarettes. I was going to send you a video I took, but I was scared. I didn't want him to catch me. This man literally got on a train at one stop, and he stared at me until I literally got up and just ran to the next cart. That's what they do.
The next
they
what?
Excuse me?
The next what?
She said
the next cart. I had to run to the next cart because he just sat down. I had sent it to my friend, and I was like, man, I'm so scared. I'm like, look, he's just staring. I'm like, I don't even know what he's gonna do. And literally, because my mother drives the bus, what they do is you can't say anything to them now. So they can get on and not pay fare.
What?
You can't say no.
They're
You cannot say nothing to them. That's why they jump and turnstiles. My mother was like, she's like one day, because she called me and she was like, I just screamed. She was like, because this nigga had nerve enough to try to talk to me, and this motherfucker didn't even have bus fare. She was like, and I just yelled.
This is fucking triggering my PTSD.
I'm gonna try to get you back, Sunrise. I don't want you to be PTSD'd out.
No, wait. I wanted to mention something.
Okay.
So I was on a train, and I was going
I'm
home
getting
from
ready to
work.
wrap this up too, by the way. So
Yeah. I was on a train, and this guy with
Oh,
a
wait, hold
giant
on.
briefcase sat next to me, but he was sitting so close because of COVID. I got up immediately and like went to another seat, and then before he got off, he went to me and like smacked me with his like giant briefcase. It was like a homeless black guy, and I was like so like shaken up by it because that's never happened to me before. Because I got up and moved, and he was offended.
That asshole.
Child, please.
No, I was literally
Yeah.
I was on a verge of tears. I was like, what the fuck? Like
Just
oh my god. And
I,
this guy next to me was like,
Hold
this
on a
black guy.
second, Sunrise. Hold on. Go ahead, Aaliyah.
oh no, I was just saying, well, I mean, I can't, she doing what she gotta do. I ain't even on that shit. You do what you gotta do. Just be safe, be careful, avoid them at any cost. Don't engage. Don't even look at them. I'm not trying
I
to
have
have
my
no
headphones
type of
in.
conversation with them. But do
I have
what
my
you gotta
earphones in.
do. And do what you gotta do and protect yourself at all times. I mean, it is what it is. Everybody situation is different.
And
So
it
check this
sucks.
out, y'all. There is
Exactly.
literally no beef with me and anybody else. I refuse to beef with black women because it's unnecessary. We all are entitled to all of our own goddamn beliefs. I'm telling you. But when you don't acknowledge the truth, what's the truth? The truth is this: black men have been your biggest enemy since day one. Black men do not like you. Black men are always looking for a way to get over on you. Black men are violent. Black men don't like their children. That's what the stats say if you read them in reverse, okay? It is what it is. But black women, no matter what you are, mammy, swirler, fence sitter, whatever, all of us are black women. All of us. The only difference between y'all and divestors is this: we are not going to deal with your sons, your daddies, your brothers, and none of that shit. There's no amount of shaming, no amount of name calling, no amount of nothing's worth my life. Nothing's worth your life, but it's your life to risk. Let's just keep it real. If you have to have one of them motherfuckers in your life, good luck. I bid you adieu. But guess what? I'm not going to co-sign, and that you can't make me co-sign. It's been like this for a very long time. The only thing that's different is that we have the internet. But before the internet was out here, your daddies was alcoholics. Your daddies were drug abusers. Your daddy were domestic violence offenders. Your daddies was deadbeats. All of this shit and all of those black and white fucking pictures and them old ass cameras, them men were no different. It's just that black people kept their secrets more often than not. Your grandmama would go to church and your drunk ass granddaddy would stay home. And when she got to the church house, she would say, oh, he doing all right. Yeah, he's working hard. He was tired, but maybe next Sunday. Black women has always covered for them. And all I'm saying to you is this: if you tired of being on this earth, go ahead and risk it. But if you give a fuck about yourself, you're going to have to go ahead and divest fucking immediately. I mean, there's nothing to wait on. Okay. I'm a realist. You're going to see nakers in your community. Like the young lady Sunrise that's up here. She keeps running into them on buses, trains, or whatever. You're going to see them at the store. You're going to see them in your community. Make your eye contact minimum. Don't start a conversation with them. If they get too close, keep your head up. Don't be looking down at your phone unless you call in 911. I don't know why they're worth all of that to some black women, but they are. So your mammy friends need to be watched as well. These motherfucking bitches think just like nakers. Point blank, period. Some women, they feel like it's worth it. They feel like they have a unicorn until they find out that the unicorn had another family the whole time. Until they found out that the unicorn has quite a bit of a temper. He doesn't have a work ethic. And he's horny for the wrong things. You know what I'm talking about. Do you know how many black women have caught HIV from their black love husband? Look it up. There's some of them that were brave enough to make a video on YouTube and they tell their story. The videos average about 18 to 30 minutes, and you'll find out that even if you've been with him for 20 plus years, he still can fuck you up just like he met you 2 months ago. Point blank, period. But it's your life to live. This shit with the Pepto-Bismol lady, this is over. I don't care what she says next. I don't care what she does next. I don't care how many tears drop. I don't care whatever stories they make up. I'm going back to my shit. And that's a promise I'm making y'all today. She will not be mentioned up here again. She can do whatever the fuck she wants to do. Now, with some of the mammies that we go off on, because, hey, there's a mammy spectrum. She might fit the bill of the type of bitch that we're describing, but to have a spotlight, that's never happening again. I don't care if she goes over there, cut that camera on and start juggling nuts. I don't care. I'm not replying to that shit. What we need to get back to and organizations that claim that they are for the lives of Black women. Some people include Black kids in there. I only include Black girls. I'm for Black women and Black girls. And that's to a limit as well, because I'm not going to mule for Black women either, especially when you know what the deal is and you still fighting me on it. So you get in the Naker category. But if you're a Black woman that want to do better, that want your life and your tomorrow to look better, consider divestment, okay? And that's really all I got on that. I love y'all to pieces. See y'all next time.
Good night, ladies.
Bye.
Good night.
I caught it at the end.
Thank you.